Well, before I got started with everything, where I was at was pretty much like not the best place where I've been kind of before, both mentally, physically, and everything else that goes in between. During the first lockdown, I kind of went a bit bad and had to seek help through counselling and other things like that. My fitness was off track, health was off track, and I gained a fair bit of weight that I wasn't kind of happy with through the first. So I suppose before the 12 weeks started, I didn't want that kind of happening again. So I said I'd seek help in that department. It really affected me everywhere because even when it came to most things, say for example, like you have those, everybody has those bad days. Before I started the 12 weeks, those bad days would just really take over. And now after finishing the 12 weeks, those bad days come and I do some physical exercise or something, keep myself busy, keep myself going, and take my mind off things, I suppose. Like, yeah, most definitely. Like it's the confidence is probably where it really helped. Like even just in general, like clothes fitting better is always a big one for everyone, and even especially me. You know, and I got to the point now where I've literally thrown out half my wardrobe and I've literally not a lot of clothes left because they don't fit me anymore. So you know, that's just even that alone is a great feeling. You know, feeling a lot more confident, feeling a lot more energetic, so to speak. Like it's easier getting up in the mornings and things like that. Like getting up in the morning, going for a run, something I've never done before. And now if I want to get up at 6:30, whatever it may be, and get a run in before work, I'll have no problem with doing that, and I'll be quite happy to do that. Whereas before, I would have looked at that totally different. As like most people, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up, you know, that early in the morning because it's just madness. But now I'm looking at it and in a more positive way and say, yeah, of course, I'm delighted. And when I do get up in those early mornings and I go for a run, I just feel so much more energized throughout the day, and it has a really positive effect on you going through the day and going through your week and all those sorts of things. So it really has helped. Life just wouldn't have changed in any way. I would have been unhappy with the weight I was at, and I would have continued to be unhappy with it, and not really knowing what to do to shift it. So we just would have led into doing the same things over and over and over again, making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and you know, just falling into that same pattern over and over and over again. And that's ultimately what can kill you at times and drag you down at times, because you think you're doing the right things, you think you're eating the right foods or things like that, and in actual fact, you're not. You're messing up more than anything else. So I suppose the 12 weeks have really helped me learn about all that. Well, just in what it all entailed. Like I mean, as I was going through the 12 weeks, I was really surprised at everything that was being, you know, uncovered. I suppose like I mean, I'm working together before. It was semi-private PT sessions at the gym, and that was pretty much the extent of it. And obviously, I was there and the advice here and there, but you know, 12 weeks is a lot more in depth. Like, I mean, when I sought out for the help, I was thinking, right, just training, nutrition, and that's it. And then once we got into it, I think I got the biggest shock in my life. I mean, getting asked questions like, "What was fitness like when I was 12?" I was like, I don't know. You know, it's all that sort of things, and you really, you know, get to know that end of things, and you'd be surprised at what it really just unlocks within you. And you know, I think just getting to know myself in that regard just gave me a real kick and, you know, a motivation, so to speak, in a way. Like, this time around, I think I knew a lot more. Like I never knew so much about, you know, what to eat, what not to eat, training, exercises, workouts, everything. Just learned a lot more in abundance, and now I'm down to the weight that I'm over the moon with, and the best thing about that is I know I can get lower and lower again, and I'm not going to struggle with it. So I think just the main thing now is just the knowledge I have now versus the knowledge I didn't have back then. Everything is just completely different. Like I just personally feel like a better person in myself. I'm more confident in myself. Me relationships in every part of life is improving, whether it's at home or otherwise. Finding that common little bond, I suppose, with other family members as well, and that in a sense is helped me massively. Just that I'm feeling a lot more better in myself. So it helps every bit. I mean, like now I'm at a stage where I can help other people if they needed it or things of that nature. But it definitely does help because it's a big, after completing a 12-week thing like this, it's just the confidence in you, for me personally, has boosted massively, and it's helped me massively in so many different areas in my life. And I'm happy where I'm at the moment. I'm more than proud of the results I get. Like, I mean, I'm at a weight now that I never thought I'd hit, like, ever. And, that just filled me with joy. Like, I think I went from just around 95 kg to down to 85 kg, and for months, and even with training previously, I even struggled to get to 90 and below. And at the start I was asked, like, what weight would you like to get down to, and I just kind of said 85, not thinking that I'd ever hit that, but I did. Just, like, the best way to put it is, like, finding someone that actually cares about your training. Like, I mean, most personal trainers, I'd say, like, especially with anything like this, are priced around an awful lot of different, 6 to 8 week courses and this and that, and you might only get 20-minute call every week. I mean, with this you're getting a full hour, and it's not just talking, training and nutrition. That's like the last thing we tend to talk about. Like, we'll sit there for the hour and we'll talk. We'll generally have a talk, like, about life, and as if we're friends and not just a client to coach type of thing. So that's a big plus. Yeah, definitely was surprised. I mean, the things that I ended up achieving, and I think that was the main key. We didn't just talk about training, and we didn't just talk about nutrition. Yeah, of course we cover it in the call, but it's literally only a quick one. Listening to every single aspect of my life, which you don't have to listen to that. That's my own personal shit, and you don't have to listen to that, but you do. So that's just a credit to you as a coach, and I think that's what really gave me the push, I suppose, because it was really, in a way, me finding out what works, and I suppose cutting out the excuses. Just, I mean, honestly, for anybody that's thinking about going for a 12-week course like this, I mean, just go for it. I mean, I'm delighted I did. This for me, I can go on and say this is life changing for me. 12 weeks, and I can feel like I can go forward and just keep continuing with the progress. And obviously, I know if I need any advice, tips, or like that, I know I can always turn to you for things like that. But as a whole, I'm delighted I done it.